Hi guys. So we're pregnant. Yeah, so I am recording this February 28th, so a day after my birthday. Hopefully we'll have announced when we want, which is Cam's birthday, March 10th. And I kind of wanted to do a video of like questions that people probably have. And I really just wanted to do it for myself too. So even if you didn't care or didn't have questions, just want to make this video. So I'm kind of going to do this in 2 spurts because I literally have to leave my place in less than 10 minutes. I'm like out of breath because pregnancy, and also I was just busy getting ready. But anyway, so thought I would go through kind of a little timeline, questions, and yeah, let's get into it. So I'm gonna try to do this in order. Just of like what I can think of, what people might want to know, and just how it all began when we found out all of that. So for those who don't know, we are married. We'll be celebrating a year in like a month. April 9th is our 1 year, and we weren't actually like planning to get pregnant within the first year of marriage, but we're always like, whatever happens happens. We know how the body works, we know how life works. So yeah, so we knew what we were doing. But anyway, we're about, I'm trying to do the math, 16 weeks now, and we found out a week and a half before Christmas. So we found out very early. I think she was like 3 or 4 weeks then, which we didn't know. We thought it was more like 5 or 6 weeks, and I'll kind of get into that later. We had like a little bit of a scare and a sad moment, but yeah, so we found out super early, and we were going home to my parents' house. Like, my family is in Georgia for Christmas, and so a week and a half later, it was Christmas time. We were like, okay, well, we're probably gonna have to tell them, because like, not that I'm a heavy drinker, but like, I drink at the holidays. Like, I drink wine, I have a good time. I, you know, am like that friend and that family member who's like, it's Christmas Day, we're drinking mimosas, it's Christmas Eve, like, we're having wine, we're doing this. My camera's gonna die now too, so this is just going well so far. And so we told them, we had to tell them. We told them like right away when we got home, which was so great. Loved getting all of their reactions, and we actually filmed everything, so maybe we'll share that, I don't know. It was super cute. But yeah, found out super early. And then we came back to Nashville the week after Christmas, and Cam's family came from Virginia to meet us here to do the holidays. And we told them then, and then we had our first appointment that week. And it was a heartbreaking appointment because we went in and we thought we were 5 or 6 weeks because of the like calculator that you do with your last period and such. And there was no baby, and there should have been if the timing was all right. So the doctor pretty much said, you know, it could just be that you're earlier than you think, or something that's very common, sadly, is an embryo just didn't form, and it's a form of miscarriage. So we basically mourned the loss of a baby for the next week. She wanted to see us back in a week to do another ultrasound to check if there was a baby there, or if within that week I had just naturally miscarried. So we were very, very sad that next week. But we also like went home and decided, you know what, God's timing is everything, and timing is everything, and it's okay. Like, we know that our bodies work, and that's what she told us too. Like, hey, you've got the right parts, everything worked. It's just, sadly, like, it happens to 1 in 3 women, 1 in 3 pregnancies, which is so scary. But we went back a week later, and there was a baby. There was a little baby. So we were excited, but we weren't too excited. We were just hopeful. Like, it was kind of scary to get excited at the time with what we just heard, because we were like, we didn't know she was a she at the time, but is she just like not growing properly? Fast forward to now, she is like 5 days ahead of what the original due date was. So she is growing. The Cheez-Its are working. So that was kind of the beginning of everything, which was a little bit scary and not the most beautiful beginning whatsoever. Like, told all the family what happened within that 1 week of being scared. So everyone kind of mourned with us. We were like, wow, the close friends that we just told, the family that we just told, we have to tell them that, you know what, actually we might not be pregnant for much longer. But here we are. Next question might be like, were you guys trying? Which kind of goes back to the thing of like, we weren't planning on it. But you know, we're just very thankful, like, know how hard it is to get pregnant. And that's kind of what we were thinking, kind of going into it, was like, I mean, you know, we'll just see what happens. If we get pregnant, we get pregnant. And you know, we'll have a little baby, and that's just what happened. So again, very thankful that everything works and that we have not had to go through anything with like pregnancy issues or anything like that. So I know that that is something that a lot of women go through, and I feel for you. I'm so sorry. As I've been saying, it is a little girl, and we found out as like early as you could find out. Cam would have waited probably forever. We knew we didn't want to wait until the baby came. Like, that's just not me. I'm such a control freak. So didn't want to wait until the baby was here. So I found out through this pregnancy test called Sneak Peek, which is like one of the new things, and it's a blood test. And so it's like 99% accurate, just like anything is these days. And it came back girl. And we did like a little mini reveal. Cam wasn't there in person, so we had him over FaceTime, because again, I wanted everything like right away, when you could find out, done, and then got it confirmed through like another blood test like a week and a half later when we were 10 weeks or something like that. And then got it confirmed again via ultrasound when you saw her little parts. So as far as name goes, we have a couple names that we're thinking of, but we're not gonna like officially name her or say the name until she's here in August. She is due in August. Her due date is August 27th, and I thought that was wild when the doctor said August 27th, because 27 is my favorite number. I was born on the 27th. My sister was born on October 27th. My parents met on December 27th. My grandparents got married on October 27th. My only first cousin got married on the 27th of July. 27 is just like in my family a lot, and so even just her due date being August 27th is so special, so cute. So, you know, if she comes earlier, that's great. If she comes later, that's great. Just on her time, it's fine. I don't know if by now I've shared like our reactions, because I did film my reaction finding out I was alone. And then I filmed Cam's reaction when he came home. And I don't know if I've shared those yet, but maybe you're wondering like, what were your reactions, because you weren't really trying, like whatever. I had only taken one pregnancy test before, when like I thought I could actually be pregnant, because we knew what we were doing, and it was a negative, but it was like the month before. And so I just told myself, I was like, well, every time I take a pregnancy test, I'm gonna record it, because I just, if it ever says pregnant, I want that on camera. Never did I think the second time that I was doing it and recording it would it say pregnant. So my reaction was very much shock first. And then I said, oh shit, because it registered that I was pregnant. And then excitement came later on. Like, obviously excited, but I had shock, nervousness, anxiousness, what the fuckness, like all before I had excited. But I am so, like, we are so excited. We're both so excited. But like, that first time that you see pregnant, if you're not scared as shit, like, power to you. But what, it just all hit me that like, oh my gosh, I'm pregnant. How? And then you just think, how long have I been pregnant? When is this baby gonna come? Like, what do I have to eat? What do I have to start taking? Do I take prenatals? Like, all of these things go through your head. Oh, I was about to pour a glass of wine. I guess I can't have that. I'm hungover because last night we had our Christmas party at Stormy's house. Like, is the baby okay? Just everything goes through your mind. So my first thought was just shock and scared and everything, and then excited, and whatever came next. I wouldn't say ready came. I don't know if ready is here yet, but we're gonna get there. So yeah, I'm gonna pause this right here because I have to go to lunch. Okay, back from lunch. Now the lighting is weird, but it's so pretty outside and I want to go sit outside, so I'm gonna try to go through this. I didn't really think of new questions. Actually, I listened back or watched back what I just recorded so I could know that what I've already said. Okay, well, when you're watching this right now, I'm probably like 16-ish weeks, and let's talk about how I was feeling in the first like trimester and stuff, because technically I'm in the second trimester. I never really got too sick, which I was very happy about. Like, I didn't really throw up, but the nausea, it's a real thing. I mean, obviously it's a real thing. Like, women wouldn't pretend. Yeah, you're growing a human inside of you, so it'd be kind of weird if you just felt normal. But I mean, some women do. How? I have no idea. But yeah, so it wasn't like I would just wake up and feel nauseous. Actually, I would wake up with like a pain in my stomach because I was so hungry, and I was never a breakfast person pre-pregnancy. Still wouldn't call myself a breakfast person, so I was so confused. I was like, what am I supposed to eat? Like, what do I eat in the morning? Like, on weekends and stuff, I'll have a bagel or something, but that's not till like 10 or 11. So is it really breakfast? It's kind of brunch. So I would like stuff crackers in my face first thing in the morning because I was so hungry. Like, sometimes the starvation would wake me up. I don't even know if it was starvation. It's just like, feels like starving pains. So I'd wake up and try to eat something, and then it would kind of go away. Like, in the very beginning, it felt like nausea for like maybe a week or two. And I was like, what do I take? Like, how do I get this away? And then the nausea would just kind of come when I thought about foods. Like, when I passed, okay, this was actually for weeks. Like, when I would even pass restaurants and read the name of a restaurant, doesn't matter what restaurant it was, whatever, I would feel like I was gonna throw up. I'm like, that sounds disgusting to me. Like, I still kind of get that in certain areas, but grilled chicken, I mean, right now it still sounds pretty gross. Grilled chicken sounds gross. Like, I didn't cook. I still haven't really cooked. I haven't cooked for myself in a hot minute. I cooked turkey meat last week, and that was fine. I tried not to look at it too much as I was cooking it, but it just like grosses you out. Like, everything just grosses you out. It is the weirdest thing ever. I'm like eating stuff that I really try not to when I'm not pregnant. Like, I try to have a good balance with processed foods and healthy foods and like whatever, but now I'm just eating Cheez-Its. I don't really eat red meat when I'm not pregnant, and I've had 4 literal burgers. Like, I have a burger once a week, and it's not necessarily that I'll crave it. It's really like a survival mode situation. It's like, what can I eat? It's not like, what do I want to eat? It's like, no, what can I eat? Like, what doesn't sound gross? And so there were a few times when it's like, well, a burger and fries, I guess that's kind of the only thing. And I actually lost 10 pounds in the first, I mean, I probably gained it back right now, but lost 10 pounds in the first like 10 weeks, which happens. Like, a lot of girls lose weight because they are sick, or it's hard to find something to eat. Like, it's hard to find something that you want to eat and that you can stomach, and that was what was happening to me. So like, I really wasn't eating as much as I should have been, or just like not even eating nutritiously. So like, you weren't getting a good amount. Yeah, so I lost like 10 pounds for the first trimester, which is gonna come back very soon. Yeah, and like, that kind of like sucks in your brain. Like, you think about what you're gonna look like and stuff, but at the same time, you're growing a human, so it's, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, I didn't really like crave anything. Besides, I guess I had more of a want for savory things, not necessarily specific foods, but like really have been leaning towards savory over sweet. But it was funny because every time I would have something sweet, I was like, this is so good. Like, why am I not wanting this? I thought I could stomach smoothies for a while. I haven't had one since probably 10 weeks because I had 2 smoothies, like 2 different times, and puked up the entire smoothie. So I was like, maybe smoothies aren't for me, unfortunately, right now, but I could probably have one now. It's kind of like that scared thing of, you kind of want it, like, you feel like, okay, I could do this. You get the smoothie, you drink most of it. I never drank them all, thank goodness, or else it would have been a lot. And then you don't feel good. Yeah, so that happened. I tried to eat chicken early on, and I was doing well. Like, it was a chicken wrap, and a piece of chicken like kind of was stuck between my mouth and the wrap, and I was almost done with the wrap, and I got grossed out very quickly and puked that up. This is so TMI, but like, pregnancy is so weird. It is so weird. Yeah, I'm trying to think of like anything else that's kind of happened that they don't like tell you about, or that you just don't hear about. But so far, I mean, I really can't complain, because the stuff that I've felt, like, sure, it's not normal, or it's normal. It's not natural as a feeling, obviously. Like, you don't feel it all the time. You definitely don't feel it when you're not pregnant. And I can't even like equate it to a certain sickness. Like maybe when you're home with the stomach flu, that's kind of like the nausea that you feel. I mean, it's nausea, so it's gotta be. And it's like that for a long period of time. And it sucks because you're nauseous, but like you don't throw up. So it's just sticking around, like nothing can help it. And they tell you to take like a B6 vitamin with a Unisom or whatever they tell you to take. It doesn't help. It doesn't do anything. Or at least it didn't for me. And I had plenty of friends or people be like, yeah, that doesn't help. I don't know why they tell you to take that. I guess for some women it does, but it didn't help me. So now I just have a whole thing of B6 and Unisom just chilling. I take a prenatal every day, as you're supposed to do. Oh, as far as showing goes, so right now as I'm filming this, I'm 15 weeks tomorrow. Wow, that's crazy. And I just felt like today when I was at lunch that I was like showing a little bit actually, which had to have happened in the past 2 days. Now it could be the Cheez-Its, it could be, you know, the crap I've been eating. Combination of both. The fact that there's a literal human baseball inside of me right now. I mean, I'm not like the skinniest person. I used to be super skinny. I had an eating disorder. I'm pretty open about it, but I've obviously gained weight since then. And so I like have some cushion room in the tummy for a little baby to hang out there for a little bit. So I felt like, I mean, I haven't really started showing yet because it's kind of, I already have like a little pooch. There's enough room in there for a little baseball. But now I think it's starting. I don't want to show you, not right now. I mean, you'll see it eventually, whatever. I just, you know, she just needs to get comfy in there. It was so weird this last ultrasound I went to. She was like wiggling her, she's wiggling around. She's fully shaped, looking like a human. And when you have her up on the screen, she looks like the size of a baby that comes out of you. But she's not, she's the size of, I keep saying baseball because that's what this app tells me that I look at every day. I feel like that's it. There's probably more, but maybe like, has it been hard being kind of alone because Cam's in season? Like again, we didn't plan this. And yeah, I think it's been hard, especially with like the whole nausea stuff and not necessarily getting sick, but like feeling like ass. That's been hard to do alone and just like, honestly, without having told social media or anything. I'm like, oops. I really like sharing my life on social media. So to have literally the biggest secret I've ever had, and not be able to talk about it, and it's like something that's going on within your body and something that a lot of people can relate to and like have gone through, but you feel like you're not ready to share it yet because obviously like anything can happen. It felt like really lonely, like super lonely. Plus, I always have, not always, I kind of have like seasonal depression. Like when it gets wintertime, I'm like, wow, I literally hate this because I hate the cold and don't want to go outside. And I also just, I don't do well in the cold, like literally medically. I have this thing, it's like a blood thing that you're like super sensitive to the cold, and I like shake and shiver and it freaks me out, especially being pregnant. I'm like, oh my gosh, is she like rumbling around in there? Am I gonna give her a concussion inside? Like, can babies get concussions? I don't know, while they're in the womb. So yeah, it's just been like, that's been tough. But now that I feel better, it's fine. And like the weather's so nice, so I'm doing things, I'm going out. More people know now. I'm not afraid to like tell anybody. I tell all my friends, even the ones that I'm not super close with, like I just tell people in person. If I see you in person, like I'll tell you, I'm not scared to say something. But yeah, it's just posting about it, not yet. So plus I haven't told Stormy yet because we wanted to like do it as like a surprise on air. I think that just makes sense. We have a radio show, so it would kind of be fun to get his reaction. So yeah. Oh, speaking of, when it comes to work, I plan to go back to work. Like I'm a person that I need to be doing something. Yeah, I have to be doing something. Obviously a baby will keep you very busy, but I'm gonna go back to work. I love my job. I am in my dream job, my dream career. So I will be going back to work. Obviously I don't know how I'll feel when I have the baby, like what all that's gonna do to me. But our company has a really good like maternity leave situation. So, you know, I'm just gonna take the time that I need. come back when I'm ready. And yeah, so it's gonna be great. And there's nothing wrong with being a mom and coming back to work, you know? So it's gonna be nice. I didn't know that I'd be having a baby so early on in my life and career, but here we are, and I'm excited. And she's just gonna be a little half of me, half of Cam, bundle of joy. So I just looked at my makeup and thought, like, my skin, you know, kind of pregnancy changes your skin, the hormones and everything. I feel like my skin has been pretty good. I mean, honestly, genetics, my parents have really good skin, have always had, so I've never really had bad skin, so I was kind of nervous, and still am, that like pregnancy acne is a thing, and also like discoloration, which there's like stuff going on my forehead a little bit, but that happened last year as well at this time, so I can't really blame the baby on that one. So yeah, as far as that goes, I'm not even halfway in, so who knows what's gonna happen. Yeah, I'm in this like first time mom group on Facebook. And the stuff that they never tell you, that all these women have graciously explained after you get pregnant, has been eye-opening, and I'm freaked out. But you know what? It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a great pregnancy, a great birth, a great delivery, all of that. I thought about it as I was watching the first part of this video and how I shared the due date, which is fine. That's so interesting to me that people like don't share the due date. And like, I feel like the reasonings are, oh, well, you don't want people to know. Actually, I don't even know. I don't know why you wouldn't share the exact due date. Like, even if it's the 27th, who cares if she comes the 23rd or September 3rd, you know? Like, I guess I don't really understand that. But anyway, her due date is the 27th. But yeah, also the time we chose to announce was just because award shows and festivals are coming up soon, and I don't know how much longer I can hide a bump when it really starts poking out. So it was just kind of a mixture of things of like, we're through the first trimester, which is more safe to say something, is what we've heard. And yeah, we just feel more comfortable with it. I keep hearing the 20-week appointment is like really crucial, so a little nervous for that, because that's when they like measure everything, make sure she's growing correctly, that her kidneys are working correctly, like they look at all of the organs and make sure everything's going well. So it's a little bit nerve-wracking, but you know, we'll deal with all of that when it gets here. And ooh, we can talk about working out. Would love to say that I've kept up with the little workout regimen that I have, which is really just getting movement in. I'm starting to get back into it now, with just going on like walks and stuff, trying to stretch and everything. But when I tell you I felt really bad, like felt so bad that I didn't have it in me to go, and you like lose energy, you get really tired easily. Plus I was still working and doing the morning show, and you know, excuse, but like, yeah, pregnancy's no joke. You know, you're kind of like, oh, when I get pregnant, it's gonna be a breeze, I'll do it. No, you just never know what pregnancy is gonna hit you with. And so far I feel lucky for the cards I've been dealt, considering what it could be and could have been for that first trimester. But, you know, still got a long way to go, but yeah, I'm gonna try to stay pretty active and such. I guess I'll just answer more questions as time goes on. I mean, once I actually get questions, because right now I'm just answering questions that I would have for somebody. Another pregnancy brain too. I was about to say, I just thought of something else and can't remember. And the pregnancy brain, that's apparently a thing too. I mean, I'm just kind of a dodo bird anyway. And by that, I mean, I'm not like a dodo bird, like dumb, but sometimes I just like don't pay attention, don't listen, and I act like I am. It's one of those things where I'm like, yep, what? And Cam hates that, but you know, he knows me by now, so it's fine. And especially now, it's worse for sure. I'm totally blaming pregnancy. My headaches are awful. It's like I am just up all night. I'm not, but my headaches happen first thing in the morning, like when I wake up, and it feels like I've just been awake all night with just like doing things, and that's why my head hurts. It is insane. And people have asked like, oh, is it from coffee? And I'm like, but it's pre-coffee. Like after coffee, it helps just kind of as I go through my day, it like kind of goes away and then it comes back and it sucks. So yeah, I feel like my symptoms were replaced by headaches from nausea, which, you know, again, could be worse. Some girls are sick full way through pregnancy. And if I have this little break between first and third trimester, because apparently third trimester some stuff could come back and you get tired again and all that stuff, you know, I'll take the break. So anyways, I'm gonna stop this here because I feel like that was a lot for the first little video. I'm so bad with videos. Every time I do a YouTube video, I'm like, I promise I'm gonna come back. So I'm not gonna say that anymore. I'm just gonna do what I want, be back when I want. And maybe this will be the first video of some, maybe it'll be the first and only. We'll just see. I mean, when she gets here, I do want to like video her, use my camera. Don't know if I'll post, but it's like home video type of situation. So who knows if I'll post them to YouTube. I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna go now and go outside because it's so nice out. I just want to be outdoors. But if you watch this whole thing, thank you. If you're pregnant, good luck. Let's chat. We're here for each other. I'm officially not feeling lonely about it because it is out there. I mean, I'm lonely right now because it's not out there yet, but I'm not lonely anymore if you're watching this video because it's out there. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions about how I'm feeling. Don't ask me about pregnancy stuff. I am not an expert. I only go off my own personal experiences and what I've experienced. And anything else, go to Google, go to your doctor, go to something else. Nope, I can only tell you what I know from what I've experienced, and that's it. So, love y'all. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all on Instagram or on the highway, whatever. Bye.